Alrighty. Welcome to the PSBS, that's the Plays and PlayStation Podcast. I'm your host, Cote T. PS and Bye Boys. My host here is...
Andrew Arenas, double is.
Yes. And this week we're on episode 79.
Oh, you know what? I thought it was 78, but no, I think it might have been like one or two specials that maybe I discounted.
Yeah. Now, I double-checked before we started. This is episode 79. Last week is episode 78, and that was our VR episode, basically.
Because now we're on week 2 of VR.
Yes, we are. So if you want to see all about VR, go check that out. You know, last week's episode, the launch impressions of VR.
No other games have really come out like since then, right? Or any updates?
No new games like within a week, like comes out this week for VR.
Or ever since then. And then when I heard the VR headset itself also has firmware updates too, like on its own.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the headset itself can get firmware updates.
Any updates from it on it?
No, not since day one. The day one update put it at like 2.0 or something like that, but there hasn't been one since then. So, but
they're keeping it pretty clean.
Keeping it clean. Been playing it. I did run into a slight bug with it the other night, but it was easily fixed.
Was it motion controls?
No, what happened was, so we were playing Rush of Blood, and it was really weird. So, like, basically, with the headset on, when I look left, my hands were kind of like locked to where I was looking, so I wasn't really controlling my hands. It's kind of like locked to where the headset's going.
Yeah.
And then my controllers were trying to fight against it, so it made the hands kind of like bend as I was like looking left or looking right.
And this is with dual controllers.
Yeah, this is with the dual move controls. So it was really weird. So it was kind of, obviously you can't play like that. It's like throwing off the aim. But it was easily fixed. You just reset the whole PlayStation,
Mm-hmm.
and it fixed it right up. So just something, that's just basic, technology thing. You have to reset your stuff every once in a while,
Mm-hmm.
Because I just leave my PlayStation rest mode and then I have all the stuff plugged into it.
Mm-hmm.
One other little thing that kind of caught me this week was, so you got that processor box that connects to your PlayStation.
Yeah, the good old processor box.
Good old processor box. So, I unplugged the processor box one night, and the next day I turned my PlayStation on, and I was wondering why I wasn't getting a signal through my HDMI to my TV. Like it wasn't coming in. I was like, wait, where's my? I turned my PlayStation on. I was like, wiggling the HDMI cable, maybe it's loose or something. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? I'm like, oh yeah, my PS4 is not connected to my TV. It's connected to the processor box, and the processor box connected to the TV. So I have to go turn on the processor box for my signal to go through to my TV.
Oh.
So I was just like, got that little detail.
You gotta make sure that processor box.
Yeah, I gotta make the processor boxes on so my signal goes through to the TV.
Wait, is there a little switch on it?
No, but you can. But I unplugged mine the night before.
Does that processor box get pretty hot?
It gets kind of hot, but no. But the thing is, the processor box itself has a standby mode, so it's a standby mode still emits a red light.
Huh.
So I was just unplugging it just so the light wouldn't be on, and then the next day I forgot to plug it in. When I turned on the PlayStation, like I said, the signal wasn't going through. It's because I had to plug in the processor box, so it turns on so the signal can go through. But yeah, that's just a little thing I have to remember, is that I have to keep the processor box on.
Watching any media content?
Yes, I use the Hulu VR theater thing.
Whatever.
So watching that.
Watch some South Park.
No, I was watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh.
And I've just been using the viewer too to watch like Netflix or something.
How was watching a Blu-ray on it?
I haven't tried a Blu-ray. I tried a DVD.
DVD?
I tried the DVD and it wasn't the best. Okay, so here's the thing. Here's what happened. So I'm going to tell the whole little story on this. So I decided to go out and rent a movie because I thought this movie would probably work really neat with VR. I went and rented Hardcore Henry.
Yeah, so then you could get the experience.
Yeah, so that movie's already in first person, and I thought I'll put on the headset, and it's kind of like, yeah, look, I'm in first person. So here's the thing, though. I rented it on DVD, so already it's a DVD, so the visual quality is kind of low.
Yeah.
Compared to Blu-ray, because I'm used to that now. But I put that in, and then the movie itself, Hardcore Henry, is filmed pretty cheaply.
Mm-hmm.
So already the movie itself has a low quality. Then the DVD was lowering the quality too. Then the headset itself lowers the quality, to project it.
Right.
So this movie was very blurry for me at times. Not so much like when stuff's in the foreground, but like when you're looking outward at stuff and like in the background of a scene, it's like really blurry in that movie. Like while I'm trying to watch it in VR.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I haven't tried other movies yet, but like that one in particular, it was just like bad watching in the VR because it was just so like blurry and out of focus stuff like in the background.
Should have rented it on Blu-ray.
I know they didn't have the Blu-ray. They just had the DVD. I was like, God dang it! Should got this on Blu-ray. Oh well. But like I watch like shows like on Amazon Video. I was watching like Black Sails on it, and that's in HD and it looks fine. It looks great on the VR headset because it's already in HD, and you get the slight downgrade, but since it's already in HD, the downgrade's not that big.
Yeah.
But since this was a movie that was already low budget on DVD quality, being lowered again because it's the headset, so it was just it was really blurry. But like I say, if you watch HD content, it's great. Like I said, I had this headset on. You can like lay down in your bed, look straight up at the ceiling, and it still works.
You lay on your bed.
Yeah, like I just laying down perfectly fine with the headset on and watching Black Sails and look great.
But you got that thing like on the back of your head. How could you like lay down? Like,
well, I put a pillow and I kind of like prop my head up just slightly, so I'm not just lying straight on it. But still a lot more comfortable than what I usually do. Just kind of lie in my bed, stare at the TV sideways, and have to constantly readjust. No, I can just freely look anywhere in my room and still be able to watch it. So yeah, it is a great media viewer. Just don't watch DVDs on it. Watch high def content.
Yes, that's the key thing that you need to do here. I don't know how it would be to watch YouTube videos on it.
Oh yeah, I don't know. But like I said, Amazon's really good and Hulu and all that. So
good.
So yeah, that's your media content update.
Yeah, this is more of just the PlayStation VR update. Just Star Trek got delayed.
Star Trek did get delayed. Star Trek was supposed to come out in December. It's been delayed to March. I don't know if you have an exact date. I'm unloading it. Yeah, March 14th.
Maybe it was to add some gameplay?
I don't know. They said we wanted to be the full experience and deliver and all that and delay and yeah. March 14th. But that's one more VR game you can look forward to in 2017.
Oh, there's going to be a lot to look forward to for VR in 2017, dude. So, it's going to be good. Eagle Flight, I thought came out this week, but
no.
That's not until November.
It comes out like the second to last week in November or something like that, digitally, and then you can get it physically like the first week of December. It's weird. It's like an early digital release. It's weird.
Uh-oh, I hope that's not a sign of things to come.
It's just Ubisoft doing this. It's weird. It's like the movie thing, like movies do that digital early window.
Yeah.
So Ubisoft's trying to do that with some of their games, like, oh look, you can get it early digital.
Screw that. No, even as a digital person, no, I don't like that. No, let's not do that. Everyone needs an even playing field. Playing field. Even though Battlefield 1 came out a week early, the digital
4 days early or 3 days early, something like that.
Wait, so like it's technically out for everyone today?
Yeah, today's the day everyone can get it.
Oh, so Battlefield 1 is released?
Today being Friday. Yeah, no, it came out Tuesday if you got the early enlister edition. So you got it on Tuesday, but everybody can get it today.
Oh, wow, okay. Hopefully the launch goes smooth. They had the betas.
And it's getting good critical reception.
Oh, very good. It's probably some of the best critical reception for a Battlefield game since maybe ever? Well, no, since the older ones.
Pre-Battlefield 4.
Yeah, pre-Battlefield 4. I mean, Battlefield 4... It got its fair share of flack because, at the time...
that launch was...
The launch was bad. Its single player was bad. But as time went on, the multiplayer for Battlefield 4 was very well received.
Yeah, it had to fix itself.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's that. Titanfall 2's next week too.
Titanfall 2 is next week.
Which is weird.
EA, they're spacing out so well.
I know, right?
And yeah, Titanfall 2 didn't end up getting delayed unless there's some sort of last minute thing, which can't happen.
Yeah, I don't think this
can't even be like a Little Big Planet situation where it gets delayed
within a week. Yeah, of launch. No, we'll see. But anyway, yeah, what we were talking about was Star Trek. Star Trek got delayed to March.
Yeah, Star Trek unfortunately got delayed to March. I'm a little down about it. I mean, legit. It was gonna be probably a game I was gonna maybe get, even though it is a full price game.
I don't know, man. It just didn't. It just did not look good to me at E3.
You were looking at E3, dude. They spent like how much time on it, so it's gotta capture your attention somewhat. Reading Rainbow Guy.
Like come March, I'll just be like, screw it. I really need a new VR game. I'm going to get Star Trek because I need a new VR game. Because by then Resident Evil 7 already been out. I'll be like, I finished Resident Evil 7. What else can I get on my VR? Oh look, Star Trek. Maybe.
I think it looks kind of cool, but we'll have to see. I mean, its graphics aren't the greatest, and it looks a little but I'm excited to see it if it's going to be any good.
But it's one VR game that does look pretty neat that we got an update on today.
Well, there's a lot of VR games that look pretty neat.
Robertson the Journey.
Huh.
Is coming November 8th.
November 8th.
So there's been a thing where like the game is listed on because this game's actually developed by Crytek.
Yeah.
And the game was listed on the Crytek website for $60. People were like, "Wait, is this a $60 game?" And then like Amazon and GameStop were posting it for $40. So it's really a $40 game. Because Crytek was saying that the main story will last about 3 to 5 hours.
Ooh, it's pretty short.
Pretty short for a $40
full price game.
Well, it's 40.
Oh, you sure?
It's 40 because like the Crytek website is 60, but like every other retailer is listing it for 40. So they said that I forgot how they worded it. I think they said like the product page on Crytek might not reflect final price or something like that.
Oh, but the game does look pretty cool.
Yeah, because I mean, this is the one I see the little like when you go to GameStop, they have like that video reel of like, look at these VR games.
Robinson's Journey.
And they show Robinson, and like, it looks graphically amazing. It's like, what?
What?
Well, it is Crytek. Crytek really knows how to do good-looking games.
Yeah.
So this is neat, though. It's like dinosaurs and stuff in it or something.
Kind of like Horizon.
Kind of like Horizon. No, it kind of looks more like, I'm just looking at the box art. There's like a guy staring at this.
That's like a guy. No, he looks like a kid.
Looks like a kid.
like No Man's Sky.
Like a kid, yeah.
Yeah, he looks just kind of like the kid from No Man's Sky. What if it is the same kid?
This is a planet in No Man's Sky, but the graphics are times 1,000.
Yes.
That's what this game secretly is. There you go. And there's like dinosaurs.
Can't help it. You look like a kid, though.
Yeah.
You look like a kid.
And he's ready. It's ready to eat for everyone.
Rated E forever. You don't get to see that too often, do you?
No, so like the game must not be that intense though. Like if you do encounter dinosaurs, right, to be rated E.
Ah, they're gonna eat you.
I guess not. It's just gonna say howdy.
Howdy, howdy, howdy. Howdy, howdy, howdy.
Yep, that's exactly what the dinosaur is gonna say when it sees you. Because it's rated E for everyone.
I don't even know why I drew that correlation when that was a shark.
That was a shark.
Not what's his name?
That wasn't Rex.
That wasn't even Rex. That was the shark that was saying that in Toy Story. I just found that scene really funny because I didn't understand why he took that. Like, I'm Woody. Howdy, howdy.
Because he had the hat on.
We're gonna talk more about some cowboys later.
Cowboys and hats and all that stuff. But yeah, we're definitely gonna get to that. Let's see what else we got though in the news. Just a few like little small things, like little PSAs, basically. Like you should know this.
Yeah, some VR. After you talked about some VR software, what else is there?
Talk about some little things. So this is cool. Destroy All Humans came out on PS4, the PS2 classic.
Oh, which one?
Destroy All Humans.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
Oh wait, what? Okay, no, I clicked the story. So original story says that the game was put on the PlayStation Store for $20, and now there's an update saying the game has been removed from the PlayStation Store. No reason.
Oh, it's one of those like, whoops.
Whoops! Oh, we didn't mean to put this out just yet.
Wow, so I guess anybody that might have maybe picked it up, but in the short time that it was up there, then ooh.
Yeah, Destroy All Humans was a neat game. You played that one?
Yeah, it was an interesting game.
Yeah, it was weird though. Well, it's a THQ property, so I don't know if anyone bought it, like to keep it going.
Well, I mean, whoever acquired that to put it up on the store.
I guess. Because the first two were good, but then they randomly did a third one that was like only for 360 and it got like terrible reviews.
Oh.
Because that'd be kind of neat. I'd like to see that franchise come back because it was just kind of like unique and had a weird sense of humor.
Yeah.
To it. Pretty neat. It's too bad though they took it down. Hopefully it's coming back soon so people can actually start buying and playing it again.
It'll probably come back at a later time.
Yep.
Maybe the trophies are broken on it. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, you never know.
There's even a platinum. I don't know. It says $20. For
$20, dude. For $20, you better wait. Why is it $20?
Well, maybe they took it down to adjust the price. I don't know.
It's a pretty high price for a PS2 to PS4 game.
Yeah.
Jeez, I mean, are they really gonna try to like see any interest in like Destroy All Humans? But like, it's $20 Yeah, I'm not gonna pay $20 for it. I like it, but not that much.
People wait and pay $20 for it. Maybe we should make a sequel to this.
Yeah, that's too much for it. Yeah, THQ Nordic or whatever.
That's too much, Bob.
It's funny seeing their logo on the Switch. Some supporters. I'm just like
GHQ Nordic.
GHQ Nordic. Jeez.
What franchises do you have left that weren't bought out by the
that you could put on this freaking thing? That's great. I was just like looking to like a fourth wall camera. I'm just like, really? Gee, thanks.
Maybe they still have Destroy All Humans and it'll be rebooted exclusively for
Switch.
the Switch.
And some of them noted that they're not even developers. They're like publishers. They're like publishers within a publisher. You know what I mean? It's weird. I'm like, what are they gonna do? They're just gonna like cheer it on, like, yeah. Well, we'll talk about it later. We have a question about it, but we'll discuss it later. But I just found that funny.
Yeah.
I'm like, THQ Nordic. All right. Jeez.
Thanks, man.
That's our one to really put on the forefront right there. THQ Nordic.
All right. Let's see what else we got. Just little things you need to know. Minecraft Story Mode Episode 1 is free.
Ooh, you know what? I'm gonna probably. I mean, I should have to worry about it, but I mean, it's up. It'll be up free for a while, but still, pick it up.
Yeah, go pick it up. It's there. It's free on every platform that it's on.
Except
is that Vita? Yeah, that Vita version. They promised a Vita version. It's coming.
Well, Telltale's promising content for another portable system that they're gonna prioritize on from now on. So I don't think, unfortunately, Telltale's gonna focus on another portable system.
We'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they usually do this though. After their series has been out for a while, they make the first episode free so people can start like trying it. You know. Yeah. And they said now that the first episode is free, they're going to readjust the season pass prices, to reflect that since the first episode was free anyway.
But what about adjusting? Is there a way that I can get an entire bundle with the season and all of the other episodes that came out?
Yeah, there's the season pass plus whatever. It comes with all 8 episodes, or was there 8 or 9 episodes, something like that. I think it's 8.
Well, as long as I'm not paying for like the first episode because it's free.
Yeah, they're readjusting the price.
I'll have to consider it once, like fall break comes. Well, even though I had fall break last week, but Thanksgiving break.
So yeah, there's that. Let's see what else we got. Other news. We had, oddly enough, we had a delay for Darksiders War Mastered Edition.
Another delay.
It was supposed to come out this week. It's been delayed to November 20. Delayed to November 22nd. Okay, yeah, I was reading something else. Yeah, it was supposed to come out the 25th of October. It is now releasing on November 22nd.
Okay, so not to next year or anything.
No, it's just a month. There's no, they don't provide any reason or anything like that. But
That's delayed.
yeah, it's just been delayed.
Fine.
No, it's funny because I'm continuing to read that they did. This is actually no. THQ Nordic still owns Darksiders. I thought that was bought by somebody.
No, this is going to be a THQ Nordic game.
Oh, okay, because it says here a reason wasn't given for the delay, but THQ Nordic did drop another tease for Darksiders 3 because they tweeted out saying, finally, it made it into the headline together, Darksiders and 3, because the headline was THQ Nordic changes the release date for 3 games, including Darksiders War Mastered Edition.
Yeah.
So they're all excited because the word 3 was in the same sentence as Darksiders.
Right.
So, okay, I didn't know THQ Nordic still own that property. I thought somebody bought it.
No.
Because that was what we were always saying. We were like, well, where's Darksiders 3? Because they're putting all this effort into remastering the first and second game. It's like, well, they got to be building up hype and anticipation for something, right?
Yeah, Darksiders was quite a while ago.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they'll bring War Mastered Edition also to the Switch.
Well, there is a Wii U version for War Master Edition.
Well, in turn, it would be like releasing it for the first time on the Switch. Whoa! As with probably half the library of Wii U games.
Are people already making bait and switch jokes yet? They should.
Well, we'll have to see. Because it's a little awkward when you show off software for your like Skyrim on your video, and then you have Bethesda saying, "Oh, we don't have any games confirmed." Huh?
I mean, but Bethesda's a confirmed publisher developer, right?
Yeah, and then thus you showed gameplay in your video thingy, even though you know that they just the video editors they just placed gameplay over that.
Yeah, I guess.
Right? Yeah, it's not like
yeah, but but you wouldn't think they could just put anything, right? Like they could just put, oh, look, there's Uncharted 4.
Oh shit! Like, dude, if there's like Rise of the Tomb Raider, at least. Dude, maybe there might be a Rise of the Tomb Raider Switch port.
I'm pretty sure Sony be kicking some doors in if they just randomly use Uncharted 4 gameplay on there. Like, no, we're not saying Uncharted 4 is going to be on the Switch. It's just concept, right? Like, concept, we can have games like this on the Switch. Not specifically Uncharted 4.
Oh, but freaking Naughty Dog ain't going third party.
No.
Insomniac can maybe make some games for the Switch.
Yeah.
They can do some really cool things because Insomniac is a pretty creative developer that they can take advantage of. But they're hard at work on Spider-Man, so I don't want them actually working on anything for the Switch right now.
Just work on Spider-Man.
Yes, that's what I mean, even though as cool as it would be for them to make a really cool game on Switch, please just work on Spider-Man.
Yeah. Always forward. Keep working on Spider-Man.
Always forward. But
oh yeah, get Luke Cage in that Spider-Man game.
that would be interesting. Yeah, I mean, well, we don't know if this Spider-Man game is gonna, do anything with with the Marvel universe. You know what I mean?
With the Marvel universe, yeah. Will it feature other characters?
Probably not. I mean, it's too much to do.
I mean, you would think that, but think about it. Pretty much every Spider-Man game has featured some other Marvel character in it. Right?
What was I mean, Ultimate Spider-Man.
Ultimate Spider-Man had Wolverine in it.
What else you got? Wait, Ultimate Spider-Man did have Wolverine in it. You're right.
Now, the two Amazing Spider-Man games, those are different because they're movie-based. That's probably why they don't have any.
They just expanded the Spider-Man universe, but didn't have like any other comic book characters. Right?
Yeah, that's a different situation. But Ultimate Spider-Man had Wolverine. Spider-Man back on PS1 had like Beast in it from X-Men.
Really?
Uh huh.
Shoot, I don't remember that.
Yeah, like, well, the second game, Enter Electro, Beast is in there. He's like your tutorial guy at the beginning.
I do not remember that.
You don't remember that? Man, I remember being so excited when I saw that.
Huh.
And of course, friend or foe, the whole point of that game with the crossovers.
Yeah.
Trying to think. Was there any other characters in Shattered Dimensions?
Don't know.
I don't remember. Weird. But most of the time, other Marvel characters pop up. Whether or not we'll see that with the Insomniac game, that's to be seen.
Yeah. Well, the fact that he had a different costume on, I don't know. It's hard to know.
Hard to know. Oh no, he runs into Daredevil and they make a Daredevil spin-off game. And then I cry.
He needs to do the parkour, jumping around.
Parkour, jumping around, all
I'll
that.
Love to see that.
You can do it in your Matt Murdock suit
Murdock.
and then get a trophy for it. Saying, "Huh, not so secret identity."
No, definitely not.
Oh boy. Anyway.
What else do we have before the huge stuff that happened this week?
Yeah, again, some more small things I want to get through. The developer of Outlast 2 said that they currently have no plans for VR, but they do confirm that Outlast 2 will have PS4 Pro support.
Oh, well, okay.
We're not getting VR, but we're getting Pro support. So.
Yeah, I mean, I'll at least maybe play it with the VR headset on. It's kind of like better. Myself.
Well, yeah, it's better because you can look away. You can look away into the darkness around the screen and just be like, I don't want to look.
But that's a missed opportunity right there. I mean, Outlast the VR.
Yeah. Well, they said they have no current plans for it. They're just focusing on the game. So.
Nah, because it's already been made well until like before all this VR craze stuff came out.
Now,
so they probably had it.
What would be neat, and they probably could do, is that since, like I said, it's already developed before VR. Maybe if they did a DLC expansion, maybe the DLC expansion could support VR.
It's a little optimistic, but I would see the DLC just having additional story content. I
know, but like,
yeah, later on, it could always be later on, but what to see? It's a small team. Red Barrel is a small team.
Yeah, but,
it's an awesome name, by the way. I really like that studio name.
Barrels.
I like how it's a mixture of like the best developers from some of the best developers in the business. BioWare, Rockstar, and Naughty Dog. Interesting. I like it. See where talent goes? It goes to other places.
Anyway.
Yep, because Outlast is a freaking good game.
Yeah.
I know people had qualms with the ending, but it's a horror game.
It's a horror game, man.
What horror stuff has good endings?
What do you mean?
like decent endings, just horror stuff.
Horror in general?
Yeah. Yeah.
I ain't going down that hole just now. There's plenty of good horror endings. Like in movies and stuff. Like, I don't know about games.
Yeah, horror games sometimes.
Okay, horror games, yeah.
Just end.
Just kind of end, yeah.
Outlast just kind of end.
Kind of end.
Then we got the prequel content, which is really good. You still need to play it.
Yeah.
It was like $3 at one point. You should have got it.
Shoulda, man.
Yeah, well, next time you're not going to sleep on it. Maybe next week, because I predict this is probably going to be a Halloween sale, guys. So don't buy anything like horror related or like, whatever.
Whatever, man. But
yeah, don't buy anything horror related because odds are there's going to be a Halloween sale next week.
Well, speaking of horror games, one of them got delayed. Friday the 13th, the game, has been delayed to 2017.
Oh, man.
And they said reason being is that they are adding a single-player component to the game.
Oh, good. I like a single player.
The game was originally supposed to be a multiplayer-only experience. They said they will now feature a single-player component. But here's where things get weird.
It is already weird enough.
So they said the game will be released in 2017 and is going to but yet they're adding a single player component and delaying the game, but they're still putting the game out in chunks, it says here.
No.
First players will be able to check out the multiplayer beta later this year.
Okay, the beta.
The beta this year. But then the multiplayer only portion will be released in early 2017, and then the full single player component will be released in the summer of 2017.
I don't like that.
So, and then the price of the game has been risen. The game was going to cost $30. It'll now cost $40.
Okay. I thought maybe like 60. I would have been like, whoa.
No, but it's still really weird that they're delaying the game because we want to put single player in it, but it's still not coming out, with the rest of the game.
Yeah.
The multiplayer portion is still being released in early 2017, and then the single player is going to be released in the summertime. It's not DLC because you bought it all already. You're just getting it in 2 parts or 2 waves or whatever.
It's very strange. This is going to be on PS4 and Xbox One and PC?
Yes.
Ooh.
So I'm like, okay. I mean, I love horror movies and games and stuff, and this game.
You love Friday the 13th?
Love Friday the 13th, so...
The new movie's coming out next year?
Yeah, on my birthday, if it holds. If it holds.
Oh, it's got to.
It's got to, right? It's a year away, right? They should be able to make this new movie in a year, right?
Wait, literally, Friday the 13th on, your birthday? Oh, that's right.
Yeah, my birthday is October 13th, and the current release date for the new movie is Friday, October 13th, 2017.
You're always getting these good drops. You're getting a horror movie. Hopefully it's good.
Hopefully it's good and it happens. This movie's been delayed so many times. So hopefully the October 13th date sticks.
Hopefully it's good.
Please happen. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, if the beta happens this year, I guess I can try it out, try the multiplayer beta, so I can kind of see how it feels and plays.
Yeah.
Because I know they keep describing the gameplay, and it sounds awesome when they describe the gameplay. But I remember they put out that really rough early look at the game, and it just looked terrible. And I was like, what?
I mean, it was work in progress.
Yeah, that was very much a work in progress. And
that was that's concept. It wasn't
that was more concept, and I don't know if they put out any new, more recent version of it.
I don't know.
Online, some video, but like I said, if there's a beta later this year, then I'll definitely be able to try it out and see, get a better idea if I want this game
or not.
But we shall see. Let's see what else we got. Sony Santa Monica was talking about God of War this week, saying that the E3 demo we saw was actually running on a standard PS4, not a Pro PS4.
Oh, great. We're starting to get these clarifications now. Well, we'll talk about Red Dead 2 and what it runs on later, but
yeah.
It's interesting.
But yeah, they said the God of War demo we saw at E3 was running on a standard PS4, and the game has been developed for the standard PS4.
Oh,
in mind. Yeah. Not developing solely for the Pro and doing all this whatever. So what you see is what you see on the standard. So that means when the Pro version is going to look even better.
Yeah. So it's just basically more enhanced. This is what I'm thinking for a lot of software that's going to be hitting, especially in the 2018, 2019 area, around where Death Stranding might come out. That I think a lot of them are built, especially with the original PS4 in mind. I think if anything, the Pro is just the enhancements. Maybe there might be 1 or 2 developers that might just be like, well, we made this entirely with the Pro in mind. That might be a little crazy, considering it's a segment of the market that would be able to take advantage of all that. So I think developers would much rather prefer making their games ground up to the PlayStation 4 instead of Pro. Mm-hmm. Because we'll just get to this point because it's related. People were a little confused when the Red Dead 2 trailer dropped this week that, what was it running on? What was it running on? Because it didn't state what it was running on at the time. So people were a little confused, but it was later clarified that it was running on a standard PlayStation 4 in-engine. So,
which is really weird because it's just so focused on lighting and stuff, which makes you think it's the Pro version.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose it was, but it was with the standard PlayStation 4.
Okay.
Yeah, it's with the standard PlayStation 4. And granted, you're not going to get that. It's similar to GTA 5 first trailer where you're not going to get the widescreen cinematic view, wide view like that. But, yeah, I mean, it was Yeah, it looked darn
Well,
good for a standard PlayStation 4. It looks just
yeah.
fine.
Um.
I would suspect that it will have some form of pro support.
Oh yeah.
It
Oh
probably
yeah.
will.
Guaranteed.
Yeah.
But I don't want to get quite in that topic just yet.
Yeah, but just noting that
Yeah, just noting it.
because
Just
it's the
noting it.
technical jargon stuff. But yeah, it was just later clarified what exactly was running on. Because I was surprised that it is to state that. But even though it's like a unified trailer, it's not leaning towards Xbox or PlayStation or PC. But
Yeah.
I mean, you needed to know what it was running on because when the GTA 5 remaster came out, that was running on a standard PS4, and it was great to see the partnership with Rockstar and PlayStation on that front. That they revealed that at the E3 and whatnot, but yeah.
Yeah. But it's one developer that won't be developing PS4 Pro or PS4 anything.
PS4 anything? Who's not going to make
Yeah.
PS4 anything? What's wrong?
United Front Games.
No.
A report came out this week that United Front Games has shut down.
Disappointing, yeah.
Disappointing. United Front Games, the developers of Sleeping Dogs and Mod Nation Racers and Little Big Planet Karting and all that. There hasn't been any official announcement from the company that they have closed down, but basically people who've worked at the company are basically posting out tweets like, "Oh, working on my resume," or "moving on." Like people are like looking for work, who are currently
Because it was sudden.
It was
Apparently.
kind of sudden, yeah. So yeah, I mean, it always sucks to see a developer close down.
Well, this one was kind of looming because they weren't making anything that was making them money. It was kind of stagnant. They weren't making anything. That was a problem.
Yeah, well, they were
Sleeping
making
Dogs came out what? At least like a full price game to put out. Because Sleeping Dogs came out years ago.
Yeah, I mean, they put out Sleeping Dogs, but then they did the Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition. And then they were working on some free-to-play stuff on Steam. Like, didn't they have, Triad Wars, which was, a free-to-play kind of thing set with Sleeping Dogs?
Yeah, and it failed.
And then, there was always the talks, Sleeping Dogs 2 is totally in development, right?
But no, unfortunately.
No, it doesn't seem like it, because they're closing down. And, I mean...
And then they did some really good work with, ports like Tomb Raider Definitive Edition, and can't really say much for Halo: The Master Chief Collection. That one kind of stumbled.
It got better, right?
That one is one that got better, but there were tweaks to the single player that people didn't appreciate. But and then they did work with Disney Infinity.
Yeah.
Yeah, quite the array of games, from kids games to adult games.
But it all wasn't enough.
No, not really. Smash and Grab, didn't work out, and Triad Wars failed. So it's rather unfortunate because I would have loved PS4 Sleeping Dogs. So now
Sleeping Dogs 2, because you do have a Sleeping Dogs PS4.
Oh, yeah, Sleeping Dogs 2 from the ground up.
No.
So it's very disappointing. I would have loved to see a Sleeping Dogs 2 on PlayStation 4. It's probably going to go off to another developer now, which, won't really mind. So Square Enix is going to have to find someone else now to make Sleeping Dogs 2, because it is a franchise. I mean, this is, a possible franchise. I mean, they put out the Definitive Edition for a reason. So, I'm just hoping maybe one day we'll get another one. Maybe this might be one of those games that just skips a generation, and then maybe PlayStation 5 we get a Sleeping Dogs 2. I don't know.
Oh, God, I think people are going to remember Sleeping Dogs by then.
Dude, there were plenty of franchises that we kind of forgot, and then they came back. So it could be one of those.
I mean, Sleeping Dogs just specifically. I mean, it was a fine game, but I mean, I don't know if these would be memorable to where it's a generation later.
I mean, it's one of those kind of standard kind of games. We had a ton of those, a PlayStation 2 and whatnot, and yeah.
I mean, Sleeping Dogs in itself already was that unofficial sequel to True Crimes anyway.
Yes. Yeah.
So it was just kind of I don't know. We'll see.
It's unfortunate, but they should have put out something that was gonna aim to make them money, because Sleeping Dogs does really well, and I appreciate the experimentation and doing things differently, but they aimed at the wrong market and it wasn't working.
Yep. Yeah, and good luck to those developers who are now looking for new.
Yeah, they'll probably spread out and go
work. Another weird, I guess it's unfortunate news, which is kind of weird. So the game Deadstar, which was a free PlayStation Plus game back in April, is going offline November 1st.
Yeah, that was a free game.
It's a free game for PlayStation Plus, and less than a year, it's already shutting down. Like, after November 1st, you can't play it online, you can't download it from the store. If you still have it, you can only play the tutorial, and that's it.
So basically, the game needs to get delisted.
Yeah, basically. So, and this is really weird, because it's less than a year, and there was the email, the director operations said, basically, he said, we're shutting down because costs, we just can't afford to keep it running.
Yeah, I mean... Yeah, people simply weren't playing it. And did the game rely on any form of microtransactions?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean it's unfortunate. Yeah, the game. I don't even know what it is. I don't know anyone that's played it.
Well, I mean, this kind of goes to show too. Like, obviously, whatever Sony pays them to make the game free on Plus was not enough to keep this kind of going.
Nope.
And then people weren't like, the people who may have missed it, like in April, weren't like encouraged to buy it from their friends who did get it free,
or even redeem it when they had Plus.
Or redeem it and then play it.
Yeah.
So this is an example where like going the free Plus option just did not work for them.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Because, I mean, it does sound like a good thing. Like, this is an online multiplayer game. That sounds like a good idea, right? Make it free on Plus. So, they get their money from Sony, and then people are playing it for free. Like, they're playing it. They get access to it. They're playing online. They're getting that thing building. And nope, within less than 12 months, they're shutting it down. And it's just like, It's disappointing to see in here. So, let's see.
It probably just wasn't even selling at all, even after it was done being free either.
Yeah, there wasn't that buzz that even after it was like, because you look at something like Rocket League, where like the first month it was free, for everybody. Everybody got it for free and everybody loved it. So like even when it wasn't free anymore, people were still buying it because the people who did get it for free were telling all their friends like, "No, you gotta go get Rocket League. It's amazing."
But that's Rocket League, man. That's a whole other league of its own. Deadstar, no one's gonna give a shit.
That's what I mean, though. Like, it didn't have that like word that word of mouth.
You saw that success, and they were like, "Oh man, we gotta try."
Why can't we be the next Rocket League?
Dude, that a whole lot of stars need to align for that to happen, and that doesn't just happen just to happen. Like, you need to be like a really compelling game on top of that, and probably Deadstar simply just wasn't that compelling of a game for that to even happen. So there you go. The thing about Rocket League is that it had that compelling competitive nature. So, and I doubt Deadstar has any of that.
Yep.
But
yep.
No diss towards the game though, but I doubt it's any of what Rocket League has to offer in any way. Even though you don't drive cars and you shoot balls in the I almost said hoops. Wouldn't it be cool if in the sequel?
No, there is a basketball mode.
There's a basketball mode. Shoot, yeah.
There's basketball mode.
Oh, okay. Well,
there you go.
There goes that sequel idea. Oh my god. I bet they would be working on a Rocket League sequel.
We'll see. Speaking of sequels.
Yes.
No. Not yet.
What other sequels are there?
The voice actor from Wolfenstein.
Oh, yeah. This is also a yes.
Yeah. Made reference to Bethesda's E3 showing, saying
finally it took him only how many months?
Yeah, somebody asked him about like a sequel or something, and he said I'll be safe with this answer. And if you look at Bethesda's E3 lineup, there was a title hinted at in a cool way, sparked a bit of wildfire. The subtle, very simple DOS language going through the titles. Perhaps we're working on that as we speak.
Yeah, they already had that in the the voice actors thing.
Right here.
This is happening.
This is happening, right? A new Wolfenstein.
Yeah. I am so excited for Wolfenstein sequel because Wolfenstein and Old Blood are so good.
Yeah,
fantastic game.
Very, very solid shooters.
Yes, probably some of the best single player campaigns. So it has a good story. I'm very excited for a sequel to this. Machine Games is gonna show what's up, and then they're gonna make a really good game. And it's going to have the updated id engine.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like what Doom was running on.
Yeah, Doom got like a massive 19 gig update this week.
Jeez.
But it added a lot though. Like they added like new multiplayer modes. They added a whole like arcade mode to the single player, where like you can run through and do basically score attack, where you like pick which weapons and upgrades you want before you start a story level. Then you run through it, see how fast you can do it, what kind of points you can get, and then you can upload those points like a leaderboard.
Oh.
So it's like all new gameplay elements, and it's free update, It's a massive update, but it's free new content for Doom. Doom's such a good game too.
It's also on sale.
Yeah, Doom's on sale. You go check that out.
$30.
$30. Really good game, Doom.
I'm gonna get around to that one day.
Yeah, it's really good.
Because I know if I love Wolfenstein New Order, then I'm gonna love Doom.
Mm-hmm.
Even though they are different shooters.
Yeah, they're different. Like
that's not the same game.
Like,
you know, weapon feel and
weapon
shooting. There you go.
Doom's very not very prioritized on story.
No, dude, there's a story if you want to delve into it. The freaking thing I was watching you do while you were streaming it, like all the lore,
like all the things you pick up,
stuff you can read. I'm like, jeez.
I want to read. I want to shoot. God damn it!
Like, I missed you falling and all that stuff in Doom. Like, I saw you doing the collectibles, and you would be on the screen and do like the little rotation of the character model. And you just leave. You would not even read the text.
I want to read.
I didn't even get a chance to read the text. You would just like leave. You're just like, oh, forget this, and then look at the map some more, run around, shoot more.
Mm-hmm. Shoot more. Oh, dude. Such a good shooter. Anyway, well, let's see one more news item we get before we can go to the other thing you want to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
So here's one thing I was always wondering about. We talked a little bit about it last week. Was where the hell is the Star Wars Battlefront VR mission?
I don't know.
Like it wasn't. I thought it was gonna be like a day one thing, with the VR.
Yeah,
but it's not.
Me too.
But no, EA has updated saying that it is coming this holiday. It sounds like it's basically coming with the Rogue One DLC. Like it's not part of it. It's still gonna be free, but like it's gonna release with it.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that Rogue One stuff's not coming out till probably like December with the movie.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, so wait till then. But EA also announced, though, that there's going to be a Star Wars Battlefront Ultimate Edition releasing in November, which will come with the base game and all the DLC for $40.
That's interesting.
Which is a pretty good deal, because, I don't have the Season Pass. Season Pass by itself is $50. So if you get this and you get it through, like, Amazon, you get that discount. So if you get through Amazon, it'll be like $32, so you have all the DLC.
Mm-hmm.
With this, that's neat. Also, EA announced that they're doing a quadruple XP weekend for Star Wars Battlefront.
Jeez, a quadruple.
November 18th through the 20th. So mark that down, because I definitely want to play that weekend, get quadruple DLC, and start getting to the max level. I don't remember what level I was at when I stopped playing. 20 something probably. So I could probably get it really fast if I play that weekend.
Yeah, good.
I think the DLC is free that weekend too. They're doing like a trial weekend where like all the DLC is like accessible to in that mode.
Yeah.
So that's good. Try all that out.
Yeah, I can't really speak to like any updates of how Battlefront maybe has improved, or if the players have even stuck with it ever since release.
Yeah, no one's talking about Battlefront.
No.
The only thing people are talking about Battlefront is that VR mission, and it won't be out until the Rogue One.
I don't even know if I want to say if it's like a battle board or like a Evolve situation, but
I don't think it could be that. I mean, there's got to be.
It's sold much better than both of those games combined, but I'm just talking about like longevity wise, if people are even going to talk about it. Like I said, there's only so much time people can dedicate to these multiplayer games.
Yeah, it's just one of those things, where you're switching between multiplayer games, and then with this one, it's going to get a boost once this Ultimate Pack comes out, and then with Rogue One coming out, there's going to be that like Star Wars hype, where people want to play a Star Wars game. Yeah,
without a doubt, it's going to get a bit of a resurgence with the re-release and then the DLC. So we'll have to see.
Mm-hmm.
Keep your eye on that.
We'll see. Yeah, because I'm gonna because I got to remember to play that weekend because I do want to play. I do because I mean, like I said, I like Star Wars Battlefront. I don't want to go down that whole rabbit hole, but like I liked it. I just didn't.
Wasn't a fan of it. At least from what I played a couple
From like
hours.
what, an hour?
No, I think like 1 or 2 when I did the red box.
Oh yeah, because we played it, right?
Yeah,
And
we played it like a little bit.
We played the survival mode.
Yeah, we played like the survival mode. I don't think we played any competitive modes.
No.
But I mean, I was very lukewarm on it. It wasn't very. The graphics on it are astounding, and the sound design is amazing.
Yeah. I mean, I had my fun with it. I mean, I played it for 20-something hours. I mean, I know that's not a lot in the grand scheme of things, but
No.
I mean, yeah, for a multiplayer-only game, people like put 100 hours in this. I'm like, no.
I know because I talk about putting 24 hours in Destiny, and people are like, that's nothing because the average player average is like what 112.
Yeah, I know. I put at least 50 hours in Destiny, at least.
Oh.
Or more, definitely more. But no, Star Wars I put around 20-something hours, and I mean I had my fun with it. I'm not. I didn't instantly. I wasn't comparing it to the old Battlefronts.
Because nostalgia is a very powerful thing.
Nostalgia is a powerful thing. I was playing.
No, because Star Wars Battlefront is good as I remember, because I did play Battlefront again before this release, and Star Wars Battlefront is still a fantastic game.
And there's a single player component in those games.
That too, and they didn't really have robust single players. So not like I had.
Well, Battlefront 2 did, but you just forgot about it because I sat here and explained the whole lore to it to you.
Well, I mean, it's been years. I don't even really.
Years. I remember.
Yeah, and most of my time, like I remember playing Battlefront was like doing split screen, just like messing around and stuff.
Yeah. I'm doing that too, just now online with people.
But I just think that Battlefront just lacked excitement in its gameplay. I just didn't think it was all that exciting to actually really play at all. And I didn't like the dog fighting. That was balls, and it's all very, very shallow. Very. I'm like this. Like at least Battlefield 1, from what I'm seeing, is like that really good mix of streamlining it to a point where it's not boring and it's not super accessible for everyone. Like it has depth.
Now mentioning Battlefield 1, because Battlefront 2 is coming out next year. And they said it will.
Because they've already basically announced that, but there's no logo or anything. But
well, yeah, they said Battlefront 2 is coming out next year and it's going to have a single player component.
Yes.
Do you think it'd be cool if they did the Battlefield 1 approach where it's kind of episodic? Where it'd be like 5 kind of short stories, but they're really focused.
Yeah, I mean, if DICE has found a stride in the single player of doing that, and then because it seems like the campaign is being received. Well, from what I heard at the beginning, it's not all that great. A lot of people are complaining about the beginning, but aside from that, people are enjoying the single player of Battlefield 1 a lot. So, I mean, if they maybe gather player feedback and data, maybe they'll see that. Maybe they can go forward with that. But if that's the case, especially with Star Wars, that would be so cool.
Yeah, that's what I mean, though. You can get, more of the galaxy that way, separate ends of it, doing these kind of, mini kind of story episodes, basically.
I mean, that's kind of how the Battlefront 2 campaign was. Somewhat.
Well, somewhat, yeah, because the first part you play as the prequel clone troopers, and then the back half of the story you play as the stormtroopers. Because you flipped over to that side.
Yeah. But what you're talking about with this, you want to play as basically different factions.
Yeah, the 5 stories, and then you kind of play as different factions, or you play as different characters, different part of the thing, whatever, different perspectives of the story.
And then if we ever get any prequel content or EU content in this Battlefront game, I don't know. Mm-hmm. Because some of the prequel stuff in the Battlefront games was some of the best stuff about the games. Yeah. Despite what you might say about the movies. It did bring some of the best maps and some of the best characters, in the Battlefront games. Mm-hmm. So that's why people were complaining, because they weren't just complaining just for had more content, because it brought something to the Battlefront series.
Something.
I mean, it was already there from the beginning. I mean, prequel content was in the original one.
Yeah.
And the second one, but you know what I mean. It was some of the best content.
Some of the best content. Yeah. Well, anyway, I don't think we have anything else to talk about this week, right?
There is one more.
There's one more.
Well, we'll have to see, but one more.
One more. What am I forgetting? What
Well,
big thing was announced this week?
Well, this one we have a question from David. It sounds like a celebrity, David Blankenship. This is from a PSN, so like it showed his real name, David Blankenship. I like that name though. Will Sony look at the newly announced, I'm putting in brackets here, Nintendo Switch to move forward in the handheld market?
Okay, well they look at this. Okay, no.
I have a different. I mean, I would suspect because R&D. Sony's working on another handheld. They're working on it. They're working on it. Doesn't mean it's gonna come out, right? Because there's a ton of shit Sony, any companies work on it, it never comes out. I can assure that Sony's making another handheld, but
here's the thing. So Sony put out the Vita, all right, and they said, "Oh, Vita's this awesome machine. It has all these grapple capabilities, and all this potential, and blah blah blah." And no one capitalized on it. No one, furthered that along. Then they're like, "Well, look, you can play your PS4 games on it. Like, you can stream it through remote play. You can play them anywhere with the good Wi-Fi signal, And then it was like, okay, but then what if I want to play my Vita games on a TV? Like, there was an expansion port on the Vita, but they never put out the cable or anything for it because they wanted
it had a useless port.
That useless port that was supposed to be the expansion port for TV output, but instead they said no. Let's put out a PlayStation TV,
little mini console.
It plays some of your Vita games because touchscreen, and again, like, so the problem with the PlayStation TV was it already took the Vita library, cut it in half, more than half because most of those Vita games needed touch controls, and then the crazy part was most of those games didn't need touch controls. All they needed was an update from the developer to make them TV compatible, and no one was going to bother doing it.
Yeah,
like Wolf Among Us, I don't think was TV compatible, even though you don't need touch controls. But Telltale just wouldn't update it to make it TV compatible. Same thing with Sly Cooper Collection. You don't need the touch controls, but the developer wouldn't update it to make it TV compatible.
Just like at this point, playing on your PlayStation 3.
So it's like, what the hell? So like Sony was doing all these like weird things where like the TV, the Vita, the Wi-Fi, they're basically punching a bunch of dots, but they weren't connecting them,
But at least what's promising about the Switch is that it seems like it's unifying itself, or because it's only one thing, it's not connecting to other things. It's its own central thing.
That's what I'm saying, though. Like, it's almost like Sony was doing all this really complicated stuff to kind of like, blend mobile gaming and console home gaming. Like, they were doing like really complicated things, and Nintendo kind of walks in and says, "Here it is. It's on your TV. Pick it up. It's in your hand. Put it down. It's on your TV. Pick it up. It's in your hand. There you go."
Instead of all this like streaming stuff that's like
streaming and buying these extra things and remote playing and Wi-Fi-ing and here it is.
Share playing.
Share playing and
share playing is neat. Let's not dock it. Share pretty neat. In my experiences, share playing, I've done a lot of share playing recently.
But yeah, for the Switch thing, it's neat and all, but I don't know if Sony's gonna like straight up like copy that and be like, oh, the PlayStation Switch, Sony Switch. I don't know.
Yeah, that's only if because I suspect that the Switch will at least do better than the Wii U, but it's not going to do Wii numbers. But that's only
anything will do Wii numbers
again.
That's just kind of like that was like a phenomenon. It's
because where Sony and Microsoft tried to imitate the success of the Wii with their motion control peripheral. Granted, Kinect, there wasn't any controllers because you were the controller. You were the controller. But it's a little difficult to tell. I think they would at least look, if the Switch continues to do really well, then Sony would look and like, handheld gaming, even though the Switch doesn't fit in your pocket in any way.
The only thing I can see them doing is maybe not going full on Switch, but like say something like Say something like a Vita
I mean, on a
2,
portable
like a
console.
Vita 2, and it comes with like a cradle thing, so it can just like instantly hook up to your TV.
Mm.
But like, it's still not trying to be a console. Like, it's still doing like Vita graphics or whatever.
Yeah, we still
But
have the stationary PlayStation 4 and whatnot. And,
yeah, and
and
this is like, an option. Like, you can output it to your TV.
yeah, we'll have to see. But Switch is looking very neat. Comes
It's
out
neat.
in a month.
Comes out in March.
Very handy for people out there like in college and whatnot, especially for me. I can play it anywhere. I can imagine myself playing it while I'm eating, watching some Netflix.
Will this thing have media apps on it?
Oh yeah, they've already confirmed that it's going to have
Well,
it'll have Hulu and Netflix on it. They've already stated that it will.
okay.
So it'll be multimedia. Very exciting. You guys could go check out. I mean, I wonder if Dave or the other game will probably do discussions on it, probably. But
Can you play Rock Band on this?
oh, maybe. Oh well, we couldn't even get Rock Band on the PC, so I don't.
Oh boy.
Like Harmonix needs any more projects to be working on right now, other than just improving Rock Band 4 for the sake of us. But I don't know. You guys could go check out the Rivals discussion that came out.
Yes.
So that piece of software came out this week.
Yeah, go check out Living Room Club.
Very
all
very
over
good
that.
expansion. Just the overall summary. You know, I feel like it respects your music library a little bit more. It shows that you have more songs than you actually have. So I'm very happy about that. You know, considering how much money you pour into this game.
Yeah.
I feel like it respects the art of music a little bit more. The art. Because, you know, I felt like the base original game of Rock Band 4 was kind of treating the music just as it is. And I like that it's, you know, has a little bit more personality to it, like the Rocky drama and all that, and the little mini challenges. That's why I like that it respects the music a little bit more.
Oh yeah, it keeps you playing, man.
Yes, instead of just simply just going to quick play and then just calling it a day. It gives you incentive. But
yeah,
you guys can go check out their full-on discussion. They'll describe just about everything that's on there. But it's a strong expansion. Definitely get it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Probably the best thing Harmonix has put out in a couple of years. So you should probably.
Ample 2 was cool.
Ample 2 was neat, but a very quick, like a small, quick diversion. It wasn't really anything that really stuck with me in any way. The songs didn't stick. Nor did its gameplay really. I found Blitz to be a little bit better, but
with Blitz you're playing music you know, so it's a little more engaging.
Yeah, but it just didn't even stick with me. I mean, I'm always open to the fact of that kind of music, and I like that kind of music, but it just didn't necessarily stick with me in any kind of way. It's not like where DJ Hero was that kind of situation, even though it did mix songs that I already had known, but in a way it did it where it was original at that time, and it was really cool.
Yeah.
Well, DJ Hero, I miss. Miss it.
But yeah.
But
yeah,
the big thing.
You
don't know if it's going to be for Switch though. Take Two was on that thing.
Take Two, yeah.
But no Rockstar. But Take Two was on that thing. You know, you can also play some more old games on it, like maybe BioShock Collection will be on Switch.
BioShock Collection
Could be. But Red Dead Redemption 2 was formally announced this week, finally.
Yes. After all the little
After
teases.
much anticipation. First major project Rockstar has revealed in technically 4 years. Because the GTA 5 trailer was back in November of 2011. So, you know, it's a big deal. A huge deal. And it's a very quick trailer. It really goes to show you the times we live in now of where people want everything at once. Because I didn't hear many complaints when the GTA 5 trailer came out back in the day. People were like, oh my god, it looks amazing. But this time people are like, well, might as well read the question here that will lead into this discussion. This one comes from Ryan. He says, why did people get so excited over the Red Dead trailer? Personally, I've never played Red Dead Redemption. So I guess maybe he's kind of toning to the length of the trailer. You know, it wasn't very long. Maybe it was actually a little shorter than the first GTA 5.
And it wasn't super exciting. It was just establishing shots.
establishing shots and a little bit of voiceover, and most of the action you got was just the horses riding,
Look at them horses.
which looked very good. The thing about trailers like this, because especially anything, it was a teaser, but it was a trailer, so people, watch out. That they wanted to establish, the world and any technical advancements ever since GTA 5 on PS4, and at least this time this is a Rockstar game that is being built from the ground up on a PlayStation 4 this time, because Grand Theft Auto 5 was built from the ground up on a PlayStation 3 and then brought over to 4. So you get to see that. They want to establish a living, breathing world, with all the animals that you see right there, which is, I'm pretty sure, is going to be a major component of the game. Hunting.
You can skin them.
Yes, you do a lot of skinning. No, I would suspect there's going to be a huge part of the game. The wildlife.
The wildlife, yeah.
Because, goodness gracious, GTA 5 took place in an urban area, but it still had a subsection of the game with wildlife, especially on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One and PC versions, where they had all sorts of species of wildlife and all that, because the PlayStation 3 was a little limited in that capacity, but the PlayStation 4 versions, there were cats and all other forms of wildlife out in the desert and all that. So with Red Dead 2, I would suspect that would be a huge part of the game. Mm-hmm. But a lot of people are noting with the 7 characters thing. That's a pretty interesting thing. I love my multiple characters, and I wonder.
That's not. I know what you're leading at. That's not it.
Yeah, but you don't know that for sure.
I highly doubt you're going to play as 7 different characters.
Yeah. But not as 7 different characters. But hang on. You weren't letting me finish. That I wonder if there's going to be some sort of, you have this small posse. If you're able to command them, where you can tell them what to do,
Well, no, I think the 7 character thing you saw, that was more the multiplayer, because that's what they said. When they announced it, they said this robust Western multiplayer experience. That's what they're highlighting, the multiplayer with this game. Because
that's what kept GTA 5 up for all these
GTA Online. And that's what they already trademarked Red Dead Online too.
So I would suspect that Red Dead 2 and Red Dead Online are 2 different entities, and with GTA 5 and GTA Online.
Yeah.
Because even despite being in the same product, they are 2 separate things.
Yeah, like Metal Gear Solid and Metal Gear Online.
Yeah.
2 separate things.
Hell, they even got scored separately in the reviews, because Online is so detached from the main game, because people were GTA 5 on its own in single player.
But still emphasizing the multiplayer, because they said that in the announcement, emphasizing the multiplayer and this multiplayer experience. And then they already announced that Sony is going to have a partnership with this game, so the game will have exclusive online stuff.
Yeah, it's neat, but
online content.
It's anything just to boost sales for this PlayStation 4 version exclusive itself, because I know people are not really fans of the console exclusive content, but yeah, it's just really just that partnership with Rockstar and Sony that they've had since 2013, and I don't think if hypothetically there'd be ever single player content, I don't think it'll maybe be to that extent, but we don't know.
Oh, we got to get Undead Nightmare 2, right?
Maybe something along those lines. It's funny because Undead Nightmare kind of came out before all that zombie video game craze, so we'll see. Not to be kind of a negative Nancy, but I would like to see if maybe there's one side off funny content and then one kind of more serious content, because Red Dead was a very serious and dark game, so it was nice to have some lighthearted stuff.
Just give me a Westworld expansion where it's just all Westworld characters. And
well, in my online experience, I'm already gonna make my Dolores character when the time comes.
You're gonna make your online character like that. You're gonna run around.
I'm gonna make her like that. I'm gonna make her look just exactly like Evan Rachel Wood. It's gonna be a little difficult though.
You're gonna keep dropping that can and pick it up.
I'm gonna keep dropping a bunch of stuff and then hoping. God, what's his name?
Cyclops comes, picks it up.
Yeah, older Cyclops. You mean
older Cyclops? Whatever.
Freaking James Marsden.
Yeah.
Well, actually, maybe I would like to dress up as his avatar and you kill me every single game, or where I just fall and just like kind of just die all the time.
That'd be funny though if they had like a just kind of like a because GTA Rockstar in general likes to reference pop culture stuff.
Hmm.
It'd be funny if they had one character named James and you like get a trophy for like killing him or something.
Yeah, because by then Westworld would already be a pretty
Oh
established.
yeah, it'll be like they'll be like in season 2 by the time this comes out.
But yeah, good lord, I can't wait to make a Dolores character. It's gonna be really good. So yeah, I'm gonna play as Dolores in online. So watch out. She's gonna kill you.
Oh boy. But when is this game coming out?
It's interesting, the release date. So a lot of people are already saying, look, I would be that kind of guy too, to say up front, like, 2017 window with 2018 as a strong possibility. But you know what? Because the fact that I think that I was, well, just not because it's just me alone, but that Rockstar does like to release their games at least maybe, late summer or early fall, that I think they gave themselves some like leeway time for fall. Like, that's why they placed it in the fall. Maybe because maybe they were aiming for a June release or a summer release. So, fall would be it, I think,
Yeah. Because that's what they're saying, fall 2017. But I don't know, man.
What? Because the trailer didn't have any gameplay?
I mean, Rockstar has delayed games before, so it's not like you can say they don't.
Before, but I think with this specific situation, the fact that they didn't also really talk about any other games for the past 3 years, I think for this, they wanted to be sure that this was it. But I know we say that for everything.
We say that for everything, because that's the same thing happened with Grand Theft Auto 5. Like, they were so sure, what was it, April? It was going to come out that April, and then they delayed to September?
Yes, well, yeah. But I think the fact that it is at the end of the year, I think they gave them some leeway time, because I think if they did say that it was going to be summer, then I think they would have had delayed it.
They're saying fall. They're going to delay it to
the spring. Yeah, exactly. But I think because within that fiscal year, they want to get that out.
Yeah, because this game is expected to sell at least 15 million copies.
That's a lot of copies.
Yeah.
And then Rockstar is going to do that same thing again. For people whining about the PC port, they're going to do the same thing they did with Grand Theft Auto 5 and create that demand, which is only they can do that, really. No other developer can really get away with that. So they're going to create that urge and demand from people for a PC port, because Red Dead 1's not even on PC, noted. So I would suspect that Red Dead 2 will come on PC, but probably maybe a year later. After initial release. So, it's interesting. And to Ryan's point, like, why were people so excited? I mean, the original, Red Dead Redemption, not Red Dead Revolver. Red Dead Redemption is one of the best games ever created. Back 2010, came out, had a large impact on a lot of people in the industry, and it's a fantastic game. Granted, I did have some qualms with its length, especially towards Mexico, and certain annoying things. And to some people, the game is pretty easy. Because I turned the auto aim off, but a lot of people think this is like the best Rockstar game. I mean, for me personally, it's probably the second. I mean, I like Grand Theft Auto 5 the best. But Red Dead Redemption is a fantastic game, and Red Dead 2 is what we need on the PlayStation 4. A really strong, open world Western game.
You had to put the word Western in there.
Western game.
Yeah, because how many open world Western games did we get before this? Huh? One Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, one Red Dead Redemption, and no one else has really tried. But, we already have a ton of open-world RPGs that are already strong enough. I mean, Red Dead Redemption is going to have maybe RPG elements, but it's not a full-fledged RPG, so we need a third-person open-world action game, not a RPG. Because PlayStation 4 already has plenty of those. So, and PlayStation 4 doesn't really have many of action open world games really done right, really, this generation at all. I mean, look at Mafia 3 from Take Two. So, and Ubisoft has had plenty of stutters also. So it'll be nice that, Rockstar's going to show what's up.
Well, we got Horizon too. That's
And Horizon, yeah, Horizon will also be that, but it's also a role-playing game. And it's an action role-playing game.
It's action, like you said. It's
An
more RPG
action
elements.
role-playing game. I want to say like the Genji Jason Blade guy. An action role-playing game.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I'm not in that camp of Red Dead Redemption is the greatest game ever.
I mean, it's one of the greatest games ever. I love Red Dead Redemption.
I mean, I don't think of it as a bad game. I just kind of don't see it the way everyone else sees it.
I mean, it had a really good story. Like, a lot of the stars aligned for it. It had an incredible looking open world.
Just, I don't know. This is my thing. But this is my thing towards every Rockstar game. Like, every Rockstar game that comes out, I get in the hype and I'm like, oh yeah, this is gonna be cool. And then I start playing it for like a couple hours and then I stop and I never finish them. The only Rockstar game I ever finished was like the Max Payne games.
Max Payne?
And that's mostly because those are just linear
stories.
They're not giant open world games.
That dude are quite time commitments too.
Yeah,
ever since GTA 3, they're lengthy games.
Yeah, time sinks. So I don't know. It's like, yeah, they're solid games. They're very, technically well made, the open world, the scale and all that, and just kind of just the amount of content that's there. I appreciate all that, but it's, I don't know, man. Like like I said, I played Red Dead Redemption for a little while. I just wasn't clicking with me, and I was just kind of like, And I'm not the only one that feels this way. I was talking to my brother about it, like, about Red Dead, and he's kind of feels the same way. He's like, yeah, he likes Red Dead, but he doesn't think it's like the greatest thing ever. And then we were kind of talking about Gun and how much we love Gun. Like, you remember that game? Gun was so good. That was another one.
That was the first person shooter, right?
I don't. It's weird. As much as I love Gun, I don't remember. I don't think it was in first person. I think it was in first person when you did the shooter. Like, there was like a slow mo thing you can do.
Mm-hmm.
I think when you do that, it switches to first person. I don't remember if it was third person or not. I think the PSP version was third person. That might be what I'm thinking of. There was a PSP version. It was different from the PS2 version.
That one from Neversoft.
Yeah, Gun was really good. Like, we were just sitting there like being nostalgic for Gun. We're like, Gun was so good, and then
now
like,
you switch from third to first person.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so in that game, that was like a Western game, but it wasn't open world. It was kind of a more linear story. But we were just like, yeah, Gun was better than Red Dead Redemption. And we're just like, yeah.
I mean, Gun's a different game. It's an action adventure game. It's not even open world.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They need to put that as a PS2 classic then.
I know, right?
Yeah. At least have a platinum trophy with it. But yeah, I mean, just as a synonymous game, Red Dead Redemption is an important keystone game, especially from last generation. The game was long in development, similar to Red Dead 2. I mean, it was shown in the initial PS3 thing, as a little tech demo. So, I remember, and I love the story in the game. I'm not going to spoil it for anyone that hasn't played it because now it's Xbox One compatible. And so for people yearning for a remaster, it's probably not going to happen.
It's not going to happen, too. Because, like, it was funny because, like, Sony mentioned that, too. Like, oh, you want to play Red Dead Redemption, the first one? You can go play it on PlayStation now. And I'm like,
no.
Like, so not even like it's not even a remaster or anything. Just go play it on PlayStation now. And I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah, it sucks. That's why you got your Xbox One. You're going to get that Xbox One S. Maybe you can go play it on the Xbox One.
Oh, yeah.
You're only going to get depending on the way that you play Red Dead Redemption, you won't even have to worry about missing trophies because you're probably only going to get like maybe 6 trophies out of that 30.
Oh, yeah, on Xbox, you're not going to go for achievements.
Yeah, you're only going to, and besides, you'll only be missing out on maybe 6 bronze trophies and 1 silver. If you're really keen on like, oh man, I'm going to get trophies on PSN. Yeah. So I wouldn't really be mindful for this, but I mean, you should give Red Dead Redemption another shot. It's a fantastic game.
So I've heard.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I played it. I just didn't finish it.
Have your horse, and just the overall story was very impactful, and its themes, and it's one of those deep games that we haven't had really that much in this generation at all. So it didn't.
So says you.
It's true. It's true though. Like we haven't had anything really to that caliber. Instead, we just had rehashed games. We've had great RPGs. I'm sure Witcher 3 and all those other games. But we haven't had like action adventure games like this. We don't get these games often. That's why I talk about the same thing with Uncharted. We don't get games like that often either. It's so misleading to like think like every game's gonna be like it. But I felt like last generation we got a whole lot more games that were delivering, and this generation has been stumbling on a lot of fronts, not all of them, but a lot of fronts, and that's why I'm excited for Rockstar to bring it home because they know how to make solid games. They rarely do they disappoint. They disappoint in its online infrastructure, especially in the beginning. So I'm curious if Red Dead Online is going to launch maybe separately from a single player component, but I don't know. I feel like they really want to get this one out of the gate, or I wonder if there's even going to be a beta. That would be pretty huge for Rockstar to do. I'll probably be one of the most played betas ever on PlayStation. So I don't know. Especially for one to really innovate and do something different and new, even though it's set in the same setting as Red Dead Redemption 1.
It's a sequel.
It is a sequel, but it'll expand things more, like GTA 4 to GTA 5 did. Even though it's the same base open world gameplay, but it added so much more, and it was grand, and had a lot more new in it. So that's what we really need, because there's not really too many games I can even list that you can even come off the top of my head, at least open world wise, that's come to PlayStation 4 and has really delivered on something that you couldn't get on a previous platform.
Witcher 3.
Just Witcher, that's just one. At least on PlayStation 3 we had a lot of them. So, and on Xbox 360 there were 2 Witcher games. But at least Witcher 3, really moved things, especially from the previous 2 Witcher games. Because, like, Witcher 3 makes the other 2 look like nothing. Even though they are probably really good games. Witcher 1 and 2. If only they brought them to PlayStation. That would be interesting, but I don't think that'll ever happen. It could. But there was...
I mean, they're not even... The CD Projekt is not even bothering with pro support for Witcher 3, so...
It's because they're pretty much done with the Witcher 3 at this point.
I know, but like they're not even bothering with pro support, so I don't even think they're gonna bother. Like, oh, let's port Witcher 1 and 2 to PS4.
Yeah, and I'm sure Cyberpunk is gonna bring it home too. That's good. That's probably gonna be a fantastic game. Yeah. See, this is why CD Projekt Red, they're on that top list, along with Rockstar, BioWare, and Naughty Dog, and all that. They make exquisite games. So, Red Dead 2, Godspeed. It's going to be a fantastic game. There's no doubt. So, just going to have to wait. And I'm fine with that. By then, I'll be pretty close to graduating from college by then, so probably can't play that one right away, but we'll have to see. But
you'll find a way.
But we'll have to find a way, and I'm going to be the first one to make a Dolores character. One that's dead on. I hope there's really expansive facial features that you can like do with it and stuff and all that.
It's going to be exactly like Westworld. You're going to sit in like a room and it's going to be VR compatible and you're like sitting there modeling a character and then talking with it to make sure the AI is right.
No VR talk, huh? Yeah. I mean, this is legit. Like I wanted to see if Rockstar was going to maybe do something with VR with Red Dead. And hey, I'm surprised no one, like, I watched a ton of videos about Red Dead 2 after this trailer came out. No one mentioned about if Red Dead would possibly be first person after GTA 5 first person.
I doubt it.
Then you would have your gun. You have gun right there.
Yeah.
I don't think you doubt that. I mean, it was in GTA 5.
No, I'm doubting that the game would just be first person. Like, I'm pretty sure by default it's third person, and then there'll be
the switching. That's
switch it. Yeah. I think that's going to be there. I think
I brought that up whatsoever. I was surprised. I was like, GTA 5, at least on PlayStation 4 and PC and Xbox One, were first person. So,
I think it's going to be there. Yeah, it's going to be there.
So there you go. If you play Red Dead and you have similar to gun, not really, but you'd have
Uh,
something.
something. Yep. Now I
Uh,
just need to get the VR, and I could be riding a horse in VR, doing some shooting.
but yeah, that's the thing of note, guys and gals. That I think Red Dead 2 could possibly be also in first person.
Yep.
Fantastic. The game looks amazing. Updated Rage engine, like we said, ground up from PlayStation 4 this time. Looks fantastic. Just like the sky and all the animals and stuff. It looks so cool. And and I hope that graphics don't get significantly downgraded for the online component. But I mean, I think with the fact, I mean, I'm sure maybe GTA 5 had this design approach that if it's going to be built from the ground up to be with this in mind, then I think hopefully the graphics can hold up online, because graphics get downgraded all the time. Multiplayer.
Mm-hmm.
Probably a fine example just recently is Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Game looks bland as can be. So not surprising since it's from Infinity Ward. But yeah. Last tidbit, I guess, is just that the Infinite Warfare second week is for everyone, and
Open, yes, open
open,
beta.
and Terminal for Modern Warfare 2 is on it.
There you go.
Don't know if I'm gonna bother. Just the beta. I mean, putting the technical issues aside, because it's a beta. That's why I don't play betas very often. But good God, this is probably like the worst Call of Duty since Ghosts. So, Infinity Ward, you had better created a decent single player campaign. I mean, the thing is that Infinity Ward makes really good campaigns, though. Makes really good campaigns. I like the Ghost campaign. You beat the Ghost campaign, didn't you?
No.
Oh, what was it? Like your brother played it or something?
Yeah.
Infinity Ward makes good campaigns. Just ever since 2011, they have not produced good multiplayer games at all. Modern Warfare 3 was not very good. Ghosts was terrible. Infinite Warfare is like that weird in between where it's like not terrible but not necessarily good, So I can't completely trash it, but no, this would not be a sole purpose to buy Infinite Warfare for me at all.
Well, you got that Modern Warfare remaster to fall back on.
Yeah, which I need to spend $80 on. Am I really gonna let Activision screw me over like this?
you're gonna let them take that $80 from you just so you can get
COD 4. But dude, the response from COD 4 Remastered is super strong. But God, am I gonna let them do this to me?
Or just do the Amazon thing, get it from Amazon, get you 20% off, make you feel a little better.
Let them screw me over putting a subpar game with an excellent game. And a 9-year-old game. And it's gonna be hard for when reviewers review Infinite Warfare they're gonna be well, the nostalgia is a little hard to get away from this time because you have freaking Call of Duty 4 packaged in, so it's oh, we missed the old COD, not this. And the radical change to space with Call of Duty didn't even do much for its multiplayer, dude. It's still the same. You would have thought oh, you're in space, you're doing all this shit. No. It's what was the point of people hating the space setting if it doesn't do anything? It's just a different coat of paint. That's all it is. It's a theme.
There's no zero gravity in the
There's zero gravity for just when you die, of course. That's it. It's freaking stupid. I'm not the one that immediately to hate on Call of Duty,
No, you're the resident Call of Duty expert here on the show.
I played this beta for at least 15 hours. I played this beta. This is probably more than I'm going to play the base game anyway, for multiplayer wise. I'm going to play the campaign this time. I'm not going to skip on it like I did Black Ops 3. Because I'm glad that it's just a focused single player campaign. It's not with people and whatnot. So it's very upsetting that Infinity Ward didn't really up the ante in any kind of way for this. And I'm not really necessarily surprised either. They haven't put out a good game since that team left back in 2010. You know, they're over to make Titanfall 2. So we'll see how that does, right? So it's upsetting. It's kind of like getting the Bungie I have now. It's that disappointing, and it's from the same monsters at Activision.
Well, I mean, like you said, to be fair, yeah, the Infinity War that we know is definitely not the same. Like literally, because the people that work back on the original Modern Warfare, they're Modern Warfare 2. They're mostly at Respawn doing Titanfall.
It's upsetting. Yeah. Like definitely, they are a shadow of them for ourselves.
It's kind of like when you go see a band where it's supposed to be that band, but really it's just a bunch of new people. Like
it's just such a shame that drama went down with Activision. That shit should have not have happened. I mean, even though it seemed like it could not have been, well, it could have been avoidable, but it's just such a shame because like we could have gotten a different Modern Warfare 3. We could have gotten a different we could have had different Call of Duty games that would have really made it.
But that's just the thing. It would have been all Call of Duty, and that's all Activision's doing. They're sucking this talent and making them just work on Call of Duty and Destiny and those two games. And like, I mean, yeah, it sucks that a lot of drama had to go down for it to happen. But I am kind of glad that those developers could at least go on and make something else.
That's right. Know?
Now, in theory, considering the direction we're seeing Call of Duty going now, in theory, possibly Activision would have probably let Infinity War basically make Titanfall as a Call of Duty game, where like this Call of Duty has mechs in it, you know?
Shit, I know, right? At this point, right? Like,
yeah,
It's strange though, right? Like, and this is the first Call of Duty to come out in that. Well, no, wait. Second Call of Duty. Well, it's the first Call of Duty from Infinity Ward to be on that new development cycle, right?
Yeah.
Black Ops 3 was that first one, but it didn't seem to have done anything, at least multiplayer wise. From what I see, it seemed to not have done much. But technically, the game was only worked on for 2 years, supposedly. I like to always be conservative and be like, oh, maybe the game was worked on for 3 years. But the Call of Duty games come out at the end of the year, so it's not like that doesn't even count. But I would at least think maybe some conceptualization of the game was maybe put at the forefront, around the time the game was about to be released or something. But no, the game was actually started development in 2014. Nothing else was even worked on. So the game was only worked on for 2 years, and then they managed to saw stuff from Black Ops 3, and a lot of Black Ops 3 is in this game, but no, just no. This might be a Call of Duty I might not get day one. This is like protocol. All hands. Yeah, you heard it here first. This might be a Call of Duty I might not get day one. You're not going to see me in a midnight launch or whatever. Or who knows, come November 3rd, I'm going to be at a midnight launch because I brainwashed by Activision Call of Duty.
You just say, screw it, I want that Call of Duty Modern Warfare remaster.
You have no freaking idea. I do want a Call of Duty 4 remaster. Call of Duty 4 is it. Okay, this might be the most idiotic statement, but to me, Call of Duty 4 is worth $80. I'm a huge idiot for saying that, but that resonance with that game that had with me is very strong, and I would pay that much because I would end up at way more.
Order it from Amazon, get you 20% discount. You only pay $64 for it.
No, but I need it right away, so I want to digitally pre-order it.
No, if you do through Prime, you get that release day delivery.
Yeah, but I have to wait for it to come in the mail, and I have to open it. I have to put it in the disc. I want it right now.
That's on you, man.
But I don't know. Just it's whatever. We'll talk more about Infinite Warfare later. But at the time right now, the game is not very strong multiplayer wise. But
multiplayer. Yeah. Well, yeah, we're at the hour 33-minute mark.
There was a lot of stuff this week.
A lot of stuff this week. But yeah, I guess it's time to wrap this up. So, this is the PSBS Plays Bullshit Podcast, episode 79. I'm your host, Code TPS and Body Boys. My host here is
Andrew Renas. Double is. I have no monologue for this week, so I think it's just time to go home. Just be safe, okay? Just be safe. I'm a little hypocritical about that, but yeah, definitely look for both ways before you cross the road. Don't do anything wrong. Don't do drugs. Be careful.
Be careful.
Just be careful.
Yeah.
The world's dangerous.
Yeah, go play your games. Go play Battlefield 1 came out this week. So you can go play that.
Does that game have any trigger warnings?
What do you mean?
Like warnings, game might contain like extreme violence or whatnot. And,
No, I don't know.
yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to look at some Let's Plays or something. I'm curious.
Watch out for those trophies.
Oh yeah,
Battlefield 1.
PSA: if you're aiming to play Battlefield 1 for trophies, don't. The game's trophies are like broken.
Yeah.
At the moment.
At the moment, trophies aren't working in Battlefield 1. So
they'll probably fix them.
yeah, but just be wary of that. Go play your
Battlefield 4's trophies were glitched too at the time at release.
Yeah.
So it seems like Dice with trophies just doesn't explode. The Mirror's Edge 2, I think, had like a trophy glitch or two, which I think still aren't fixed. So, but not anybody cares, right? I mean, Mirror's Edge 2.
No one's playing that game. What are you talking about?
No. Yeah. That's unfortunate. Yeah, another game to fluster. Yeah, unfortunately. I mean, I love Mirror's Edge, but God, looking at Catalyst, I'm just like, ugh. No. See, that's what I'm talking about. Rockstar is going to bring an open world to me. Bring it.
Let's play more games. Then yeah. Anyway, thanks for listening, and hopefully we'll see you guys next week.